to show you really quickly what we've done today. We spent the night here last night, so we got up early this morning and got an early start. So we had stockpiled a bunch of the material here that came out of the trench from here where the trencher used to be stuck over to the camper. And so we had stockpiled that for when the trench settled, and we've been able to put all that we needed back in. So in order to use this part of the garden and start another project, we actually backfilled all the places of the trench that had settled from here all the way to the top of the hill, all the way almost up to the well. And we've got it actually seeded and strawed. Okay, so the next project we're going to end up doing is we're going to start a compost pile here. So this is where we've already moved all the dirt that we put back in the trench. And so we're going to try to get some life in this soil. The whole time that we were digging this out, we found 2 worms. No other bugs, no other signs of life in it. It's really just dead soil. So we're going to try to bring it back to life. Hey, let me show you something real quick. This is a compost pile that we had started earlier this year, maybe even into end of last year, but it's up near the building, and I went up and just got a load of that, sort of to get it started. There's so many earthworms and just little things. You can see something going right there, but let's see, there's a small earthworm, but lots of life in it. So we're going to be using woven wire fence that we had on hand, so we didn't have to buy anything new. This is about 4 foot in diameter. I'm not sure that I like the height too much because it's going to be kind of hard to get stuff in here, but it's what we had for now, so that's what we're going to use. So we're going to start off by putting some of that rich compost just on the bottom to get the earthworms and stuff interacting with the soil underneath it, and then we're going to start adding some other things. Okay, we're going to get a couple pitchforks of this into the... I had actually ended up putting some water down on this soil just to... I don't know why I did it. Just seemed like the right thing to do.
Some pretty good looking compost, isn't it?
Yes, it is. So the next layer that we have to put on here is some leaves that we collected from our subdivision. It's actually one of our neighbors that put it out. So this is mostly from maple trees. I don't want to put all of it in there. We'll spread those around and wet them also. So the next thing is we've got some leaf compost from last year that we're going to try to mix in on the top of this. Okay, the next layer we're going to put in is some composted manure that we had purchased last year, and we just never got around to putting it all in the garden. So this is a way we're going to be able to at least use it. And so let's get that in there. Okay, for the next layer, we've got some food scraps from our house. We're just gonna mix those in, and that's what we've been doing with the other compost pile also. Okay, so the next layer, we've got some green weeds that were in this garden, so we've able to just pull them up, and we're just gonna spread them around on top of this. I did take a picture of this to be able to try to identify it later and see what it is. It's kind of like a cabbage, but with
very soft leaves.
With like leaves like lamb's ear.
Yeah.
So we'll figure out what it is and let you know some other time. The next thing we're going to do is Get this watered in. Okay, now we're going to put in the rest of these leaves. And then we'll end up spreading that around also, and maybe try to get a little bit more water on that also. Well, the time's gotten away from us. It's already 20 till 6. It's almost dark. I'm surprised that the camera can see us this well. There's a beautiful full moon coming up this evening also. I wish I could get a picture of it, but right now we're just going to try to work a few more minutes, put a few more layers of what we've got available on this compost pile, and then we'll have to call it a day. So we're going to head home after that. Hey, before we go, would you take a second to subscribe to the channel? That really helps support us, encourage us, and lets us know that other people are getting some value out of these videos, even if it's just to follow along and see what we end up doing. So we appreciate that, and we'll see you again next time.